Hello.
Was there an announcer guy even there? Was his mic off?
I mean, he was. I
Was
heard
he
him.
muted?
No, I heard him. He just wasn't live.
Oh, I see. That could be it.
Somebody didn't press the button to take it live.
Can you take? Is it just audio you can take live, or do you have to bring both things in?
I don't know. This new system, I don't know how to run it.
It's very complicated. Very complicated.
Chat's like, oh no,
we need to have a live test and then try a whole bunch of shit.
That's swear jar here.
There we go. I'm glad we have people here.
Do I need to give another sub?
No, you're good. That's your warning. Shady Sapana says, "Oh no, is the announcer guy off again?" Yes. Fuel says, "Undead announcer guy, probably undead." Today is the start of season 28 of Diablo at 5 p.m. Pacific time.
So I assume there'll be very low productivity going on.
Well, it's at 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Oh, okay.
There should be no productivity happening at that point.
Very nice. Very nice.
Fuel also says, "Isn't the point of announcer guy kind of lost if we can't hear him?"
Well,
I don't know. Is the point of this show lost when you can't hear us?
People still watch the show when we have audio problems or when complete mayhem is going on, because
I thought that was the point of the show, was complete mayhem.
Very much so.
TE Cable guy saying, "Sitting on a cruise ship in Fort Lauderdale right now, dropping by for a sec. Missed a lot of shows lately. We missed you."
Wow.
But you can catch up on previous shows by heading over to youtube.com/patch-and-switch.
Or if you're in the mobile mode because you're walking around the deck of that cruise ship and you just want to hear
the Lido deck,
you can go to the Lido deck. You can go to patcheswitch.com. Has a link to all the different podcast directories. It has the audio only version of the shows. And
did you know we're on Spotify?
We're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Wow. We're on Apple Podcasts, so like anybody, like my daughters could see this show.
If your daughters
they never
wanted to listen to their dad talk for an hour about nothing. How is that different than any other day, right? it's the level
you have a point.
It's the level of engagement we get from our daughters right now.
Yes. Well, yes, of course. I want to know, where are you cruising to? And is the first stop the buffet? No, it's a legit question, because I heard that the buffet is actually busiest on day of departure, just like right as people are boarding,
because everyone's just dying to go off and get some food, right?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not. Where's Ludwig?
I know. We need our expert.
We need our cruise expert. I mean, TE Cable guy's here. He's there. He says it's time to hit the bar. Did you buy the open bar package? That's the other question. Is it worthwhile? Is it worthwhile? Chuck's here. Hi, Mr. Chuck. Let's see. AZ Cloud Elf. He's like, morning rant. Twitch should have never gotten rid of their desktop version. Okay. I never used it. I've always used the browser. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Kowski, good morning from a cold and slick Vancouver, Washington. Yes.
Cold.
Well, it is very cold here, but down that way, they got snow and like
in
multiple
in the centigrades, because I don't understand temperatures in freedom units. So it's -6 degrees here in Redmond, Washington. And I thought that was cold. And then my wife reminded me that my daughter in Fargo is at -26. So
is that -6 Celsius or
-6? I do Celsius. I don't do freedom units.
Because if it's -6 Fahrenheit, then yeah, it's a little chilly.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly. Y'all Canadians are just built different. That's all I've got to say. It's 25 Fahrenheit.
Did you get a little? Did you get a little snow, or did you get a little snow?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. We haven't. I have to move this window. It's bothering me because I can't see you and chat at the same time.
I know it's hard to be able to see the chat and everything with this way that we're doing this now.
What's a little chill in Canadian? What's chilly in Canadian? Does it have to hit like -20 before it's cold?
I'd say -15.
When it gets lower than -15, it's chill. -20 to -25, it's cold. And below that, it's cold AF.
Okay. Fair.
Oh, I just realized I'm on YouTube trying to check our people that are in the chat over on the YouTube side of things.
Yeah.
And I'm signed in to YouTube as Microsoft Ignite. So I should probably.
Yeah, you should not do that. Yeah, you should not do that. Nobody's in chat over on YouTube, by the way, but that's okay.
Just double check.
I was looking at it. I can't. No, like 21 is perfect. 21 to 25 Celsius. That's perfect for me. That's
and minus 21. You're right. It's not that bad.
No, I'm not. No, no, I don't. There's a reason I'm moving to Vegas.
Yeah, he likes his sun.
I like the sun. I like the warm. I like the sun. So the good thing is outside is actually the sun has shown itself for a minute, even though it is bloody freaking cold out. But yeah. How was Mexico? You were not with us on the last program. You were.
I caught the last 10 minutes. I caught the last 10 minutes of the show where you went over by 10 minutes. You couldn't do a naming section because no one's keeping you folks on track for the different segments of the show. Apparently,
we didn't go over by 10 minutes.
It was at 1 hour and 11 minutes. You actually said you actually said people have to go to work. Because you're 10 minutes over. No one's here anymore. They all disappeared. So you can't lie. I can watch the old shows, But yeah, no, I was in Puerto Vallarta. It was absolutely awesome. It was 26 degrees, 28 degrees, 30 degrees, all these different days, watching some amazing softball. And more importantly, watching my amazing daughter play amazing softball.
So I have a question.
Uh-oh. Already? What?
Do they not grow grass in Puerto Vallarta?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a rundown field.
So you've heard? Have you seen the movie The Sandlot?
It kind of looks like that ball field.
It was essentially a sandlot. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Busy MVP says, "Are we actually supposed to work?" Question mark. No. Well, it's Friday. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah. It depends where you are.
We still haven't gotten an answer from T about whether they're going to T Cable guys going to the bar first.
He's going to the bar or to the Lido deck.
He's not listening. He's not listening. Yeah, he's on the Lido deck with an umbrella drink.
Nice.
So you had a good time in Puerto Vallarta. You didn't miss the show at all.
I didn't catch the show. I caught it. I'll give you that. I did not.
You were watching a game because I was watching the play-by-play on this other screen during.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because the first game Ella didn't play.
Right.
So I kind of tuned out when I didn't see her.
She played the last 2 innings just to be able to get some space. That's all.
Yeah. No, just not during the show. It was not during the show. So yeah, fair enough.
Correct. Yeah, no, that was good. And came back fine. She played well. She's currently in Atlanta, Georgia. No, she's in Auburn, Georgia.
Yeah. Yes.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. So they actually got out of Dakota.
Yeah, so the minus 26 weather was also combined with a blizzard, which derailed their flight or postponed their flight. I guess they don't have rails on flights.
I was going to say, what kind of plane are they flying?
Different transport mechanism.
Yeah.
So they basically delayed their flights, and she got out the next day. They rescheduled the stuff, so her games are going to be on ESPN on Saturday, which can be cool.
ESPN Plus, yes.
Actually, I think it's ESPN.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Wait. Hold on for the important broadcast announcements.
Well, no, listen. I mean, I'm going to be watching this in a gym in Olympia as I watch my kid dance and my other kid coach the dancers. But I will definitely have. They don't watch. Where's the schedule?
Yeah. Let's see. My wife should tell me this. She would know.
Schedule, all sports, softball. See, I have all the tools.
There you go. Comes in handy.
Does it start today? Do they play today?
They don't play today.
They don't play today.
They play Saturday.
So Saturday. All right.
Saturday and Sunday. They're supposed to be doing a Friday, Saturday.
ESPN Plus at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I believe I'm in Pacific time on this. North Dakota State versus number 20 Auburn.
Yep. Be a good game.
That's a big matchup.
Should be a good game.
That is a big matchup against number 20. I mean, another ranked opponent. They've already played the number 18 in the country. Correct. 8 a.m. Pacific time on Sunday. Oh wait, no, sorry. Sunday they are not playing, at least not on ESPN.
Well, we'll figure some stuff out.
That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Sorry, not to get derailed or distracted, but so they did end up getting out and landed and safe and good. Yeah.
Yes. So that is all good.
So this is one of those things. They don't play a home game until there's 2 weeks left in their season.
It's because they don't have the field thawed correctly until then. So even that one's in question if it's going to happen, just because they don't know what the weather's going to be like. They're going to try.
This is softball in North Dakota. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Ledwig jumping in says aloha. Okay, we can ask Ledwig. So TE Cable guy is in Fort Lauderdale, just boarded a cruise. He's listening to the show. Well, allegedly listening to the show. But the question that I had is that I've heard that the busiest time for the buffet on a cruise ship is at boarding, when the ship is boarding. Is this true, Ledwig? That's question number one. Question number two, is the first stop the bar or the buffet? These are things I need to know. I haven't cruised. Have you cruised?
I've only cruised once.
Did you go on an Alaskan cruise just because anything above?
This is before I was in the States. This was back when I was in Canada, and my wife and I decided a couple of years after we got married, before kids, we go on a cruise and we do a last minute. So literally it was a matter of, we went to a last minute site, found a cruise that was leaving, and took a plane to get to it, and then took off. I didn't even know where we departed from, but it was a nice Caribbean cruise. It was kind of cool. It's a small boat. It's nothing massive like these ones that I know that Ledwig is talking about and and everybody else. But it was a small boat. And the reason why I say it was a small boat was because there were big waves at times, and they were complaining that the stabilizers weren't working on the small boat.
Oh, no.
So there was a lot of this kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, Ledwig says the buffet is busy during embarkation. Oh, he's using official terminology for cruising.
Must use the right terms.
Embarkation, since it's usually one of the only places open to eat. As far as the first stop for us, we usually head for the cabin if it's ready. Otherwise, lunch and beverage. So are there other places? Are there other places to why am I getting a call from Bainbridge Island? I should take it live on the show. As far as what was it? Are there other places open to eat besides the buffet? Like, can you is one of the restaurants open where like you could have a sit down? Like, I don't know. These are important things, and I don't know why. Yeah. Anyway,
now I was curious. Do you think a job on a cruise ship would be fun? Get to travel all over the place?
Well, so number one, you're probably in a stateroom that is the size of a closet with 3 other people.
Okay, so that's about the same thing as a regular cabin you would have if you're on a cruise, is you're basically in like a stateroom, but at least you're by yourself.
Quite possibly. Well, I don't know if you're by yourself. I mean, I don't know. But secondly, I mean, I think it would be fun. I guess you would. I mean, would you get tired of, because you're kind of in this confined space, I guess. Yeah. But I mean, these ships are huge. I don't know.
But you know, like for when my wife and I went on our cruise, it was a week-long one in the Caribbean. We purposely chose an inside cabin with no window because it was cheaper than the ones with the windows. And we're like, we're only going to be in the room while we're sleeping. So why do we want to have like a window? And we happened to get the cabin that was a double bed, or is probably a double bed. It wasn't very big. The people that we met on the cruise, there was like a honeymoon couple that paid 3 times the amount that we paid, and they had 2 beds in their room, like this, like an
L,
like literally like an L. That was the way that there was the room that they got for their triple the price. And there were other people that also paid triple the price because this particular cruise happened to be going through the shadow of a complete solar eclipse at one of the islands that we were stopping at. And they purposely bought this ahead of time. Apparently there's these people that do this. They follow the eclipses around the earth, and that's what they do for their travel. And this happened to be on a cruise. So I'm like, damn, that's pretty good for
that's
2
commitment.
people two people that paid $800 to be able to go on an all-inclusive cruise.
It's funny when I go on vacation, I normally just get the blackout.
That's different.
He just came back from a weekend snowmobiling trip, so there's probably a lot of blackouts.
Probably
trying to stay warm in the woods and things like that.
Hello to Energized Tech.
Yep.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Jan is here. Some say water and turbine is the escape when the ship is upside down. Good to know. That turned quickly.
Yes.
that turned really quickly. Should we start the show?
I think we should.
We talked about boats enough. I mean, I'm good for a cruise. I want to try it.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed readings. My Twitch stream is like stopping all the time, so I don't know if that's just me.
I think
or if that's something going on. It appears as though the YouTube stream, because if you don't know, we're also simultaneously streaming on youtube.com/patch and switch. We're putting all of our revenue at risk by double streaming because we have so much revenue. Twitch won't find out. And so that one's constant. That one's working, but the Twitch one's not. So I have no
Twitch
clue.
is working fine for me. I'm sitting here looking at it.
It says we actually have like 5 people watching us on
YouTube. We have more than that. It's all fine.
No. I know we have more than that on Twitch, but on the YouTube side, we've got.
Oh, well, hello to the 5 people on YouTube.
Yes, we don't know who they are. They're not chatting.
So. Ledwig says Twitch is great. Fuels almost says it works for him. So
okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Visual MVP saying there's wrong. A show.
Nice.
Hey, let's start the show from the trenches. The things that we do in our day job. What are you thinking? What's been going on? It's been a week.
I always start. Why don't you start this time?
Well, you're so you're back from holiday. You haven't done anything except.
No. I've processed my mail. I've got all that fixed up now. I've had numerous one-on-ones that I missed over the last 2 weeks that I now completed as well yesterday.
Yes.
So that's also now done. I had 2 different meetings with the president of the organization. So if you don't know, we have in our world inside of Microsoft, we have a president who then reports up into Scott Guthrie. I guess is Scott Guthrie like the reigning empire, or like what I don't even know what his
emperor. No, we're not gonna call him emperor.
No.
He's like corporate president.
He's corporate president or executive.
Hang on. If only there was a tool that allowed us to check out this stuff.
Anyway, we all know who Scott Guthrie is, and then he reports up in the side.
With the red shirt. Yeah.
The red shirt. So anyway, our president, her name is Charlotte Yariconi. I know she does not watch the show, so I can say this. Anyway, I had 2 different meetings with her, one while I was on vacation and one just this week as well. So that was always fun having to prepare for your meetings with your big bosses that are out there. Yeah. Did you find the official title for Scott besides red shirt guy?
I had to change profiles. Sorry. Oh, sorry. He's an executive vice president.
Executive vice president. Okay.
So Charlotte doesn't have.
Charlotte is a president.
Really?
I guess when you put executive at it, it's another layer. That.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, she is president. Yeah. So there is another layer when you get to executive. Yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of like when I used to work for Corey Sanders. There's a name I haven't heard in a while. You know Corey Sanders?
Yeah. Do I know Corey?
I know, but
no, I've never talked to him. Never had him on a show.
Yeah, no. So I remember when he got the word corporate in front of his title, that was like a big step for him. He went to corporate vice president at one point. So, the different titles and how that all works, stress levels, just getting prepared, and it's fantastic. I mean, Charlotte is an awesome person, very, very matter of fact, and she'll point out stuff that is in line and not in line with what she's thinking about, and then very interested in getting involved with strategy and stuff like that. So very, very cool stuff. It's stressful preparing for the meetings, but it's always very informative meetings when those are going on, which is awesome. And then on the technology side, I've been working on simplifying my office setup here in the house, and also working on remote access into some of our lab machines. You and I have been talking about that lovely server down in the Channel 9 Studios, DevRel Studios area, but there's also another set of servers that's inside of what they call SAN Alley. in Microsoft Building 25. It's the glassed-in server racks. I think you and I have done some photos in front of and some videos from, stuff like that in the past. So working on that kind of stuff, resurrecting stuff.
You know, one of your lights on one side is blinking and the other one is fading in and out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which one's blinking?
The one, well, it's I guess it would be on your right. It's my left.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. This is part of, like, I've got new lights that I'm trying to figure out. New shelf. You can see the new shelf.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice shelf. Nice motherboard there. Has it been installed yet? Oh wait, we'll talk about that later in the program.
Nice.
I went down a rat hole. Well, not a rat hole. I went down a rabbit hole, I guess.
That's good.
So you know, we chatted. I think we chatted on the last show even about all the AIs.
Oh yeah,
and all the GPTs. Patches with GPT coming soon.
Yeah, and the Bings,
where basically we'll just actually, you know, I have a question before I go down. Before I tell, can I wrap? So, could Chat GPT be used to write the announcer boy script?
I think that's worth a test.
You're going. What do you have? You've got some disco thing happening now.
It's called lightning.
Do I need to put up? Do we need to put up a warning on the show that says,
"Is that better?
Strobe lights in use,
starry sky."
Now you've gone back. You still have Blinky on the other side.
See, the Blinky's a different device. What is that device?
Why are you using two devices? Why? Okay,
I've got 3 devices back there.
Okay, I'm not surprised.
Oh, that's called energetic. There we go. There's party.
Because that's not distracting.
Not at all. I normally use this one. There we go.
So so I've been having a conversation amongst my team about AI and in particularly security around AI.
Security? Who needs security on AI?
Right?
You're just asking questions to something.
I know. So we've been thinking about security in 2 ways. One, what are the common sense things, like the hygiene of like using AI? What are the things you've got to think about? What are the things that you need to be aware of? You know, don't put credentials in, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, and then the other thing that we've been thinking about, the other thing that we've been thinking about is how AI is used for bad.
Oh yeah.
So remember, phishing emails used to be pretty easily caught because, words are miscapitalized and grammar is not great. This weekend, I was selling some items on the Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And I just went, instead of me writing out the classified ad, why don't I ask Chat GPT for the words for the classified ad?
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. And it gave me the foundation. Now I had to change some of it, right? Because, it's like, pet free, smoke free. Okay, well, I have a pet here, but from a smoke free home and so on and so forth. Phil Shalva, security is such a boomer mentality. I know. It's such a boomer, such a downer.
Yeah.
And Phil says, I've already seen scams on Amazon. But yeah, so I asked it to write a classified ad for a couple of the things that I put up, and it was fantastic. It was amazing. So you can imagine that you're already seeing it. People are doing phishing emails coming from an AI service because it is able to do it in a way that seems natural to particularly those in English speaking. So there's other things that AI can be used for bad. So these are the AI for bad. I think that would be a really cool session to go to.
Well, I saw there is a tweet thread yesterday talking about someone that had AI generated speech, copying the voice of the individual that
at
then
bank.
Use that to access his bank account.
Yes.
And access his bank. So basically it copied his voice based on the samples that he provided it. Mm-hmm. And so basically he trained it to use his voice properly with intonations, that sort of stuff, natural language. And then he was feeding it the information from simple text prompts of what the person was asking to be able to do it. So yeah, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, that was one of those. That also shows the biometric voice biometrics is obviously not as secure as people thought it was.
Yeah. I mean, while you and I were chatting about this, Pierre, I believe, had gone in and shown a couple of examples of using ChatGPT for announcer person on the screen.
Oh, there you go. We'll have to get those. We'll have to get the script there. I can't.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the one and only Patch and Switch show, where we bring you the latest and greatest in technology, news, and trends. See, that already sounds it sounds like we could use that like right now out of the box.
Yeah, but they obviously don't know us if they're thinking we're covering the latest and greatest in tech trends.
Yeah, I mean, you can qualify the prompt by saying we need a three sentence stinger to be able to kick off the show or something like that.
No, sit back, relax, and prepare to have your mind blown as we bring you the Patch and Switch. Who has ever had their mind blown at the Patch and Switch show?
You have to put a disclaimer on the shows now. Be careful, your mind might be blown.
Or not.
Yeah.
We were down the, so we were talking about AI. We were talking, another cool thing about AI. So I know that Pierre's been using, and so has Oren, has been using AI to generate thumbnails for things. So Oren's like, the raccoon, which it's Bit, right?
He's done some version of Bit, which was originally created 4 years ago by Ashley McNamara. And he's now made it so it's sci-fi and IT focused. And for some reason, he's insisting that the raccoon has pants.
Yes.
So the raccoon is clothed while he or she is doing various different things. Works out well.
ChatGPT is overselling it. Thanks, Ludwig. Appreciate your support. You're not wrong, though. So in addition to that, I have found a service that... there you go. Pierre showing examples on the screen.
Nice.
I have found a couple of services, actually. So in the music world, when you create music, it's typically done on individual tracks, right? Drums, and even drums, like you could have, the kick drum, the snare, hi-hats. And so when those are combined together, like for all of the drums or even individually, they're known as a stem, right?
Okay.
And in digital audio workstations, or a DAW or a DAW, which I use, you can take the stems together and you manipulate them, and that's how you can do remixes. So when an artist wants you to do an official remix, they will send you the stems. Well, now there is AI where you can take the full track and feed it, and it spits out stems.
Interesting.
Which is super cool for those of us who are doing things where I just need to isolate a particular section so that I can make, it's really good because, so you can, FYI, when you do this, it's not legal, like, to remix it and sell it, so on and so forth, put out bootlegs. Things that we do is they are in not a gray area. It's just, you get in trouble. When I do the music for the dance team, we actually go purchase rights that enable us to remix it, to change it, to do some of these things. And some of the older tracks for these cover versions. So it's a cover version of Scorpions' Rock You Like a Hurricane, because the theme that our kids are doing this year is Palm is it's 80s rock, right? It's Rock of Ages. It's based on that. The older ones, they didn't split out the vocal from the original track, so you don't have just an instrumental and you didn't have just a vocal. Using AI to do that is actually helped me, because they have a thing they do for at the end, so they finished, they do their finished thing, and then there's like a reprise or a walk-off, right, of the music. It's like 15-20 seconds, and there was something that I wanted to do with the music, but I couldn't because one of the songs didn't have just the instrumental. Pop it into AI, it kicks it out, go in, pitch up the section that I want to pitch it up just a little bit so it sounds like it's moving musically, and that, boom, there you go. And it was $6.
Wow. I mean, there was controversy with a DJ that went, or a performer that went, and I think did a entire vocal track that was AI created of Eminem. And so using the patterns of all the stuff that Eminem has done for his vocal track, he then went in and basically Eminem did this heartfelt rap message in the middle of this DJ set, and he did not actually do it. It was the AI bot that had done it for him.
Crazy.
I know, it's nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts. Like I remember a couple of months ago, Azure has some of this stuff with cognitive services and vocal stuff or vocal assist voice assistants. Donovan Brown had gone in and basically asked or had been asked, would he donate his voice to be able to be used as a sample or as a demo for stuff that he was doing. And he literally just took samples from all the different videos of him talking. I mean, there's tons and tons of hours of videos of you and I talking over the years. You could train and feed that into the learning model and then come out with natural voice with just raw text that you can then spit it out. And then it reads that raw text with the same level of intonation and expression, supposedly, that you would as a regular person. So, can you imagine trying to do this show entirely as AI, just with you and I? See,
I don't think the AI is dumb enough.
No, it's dumb enough. There's too much random stuff that goes on. Yeah. I don't think it'd be able to figure it out. So.
It's like it doesn't have the ability to completely derail a conversation.
Correct.
And talk about something random. Correct. Like,
although I did see one of the tweets this morning kind of went off the rails from the patch and switch handle. So,
yeah. Wire Connect says I'm using ChatGPT to write his Connect.
Oh, nice. I'll use the ChatGPT to write the response to the Connect. Perfect.
Wow. Wow. Good thing you're not writing his response. The Ferris to Brit is here and has submitted a word using the / word command in chat, which does help feed this. So if you see at the bottom of the I can see it on YouTube and at the bottom of the Twitch. The title of the show says Postit Newfie Zones. That's based on the words that we selected from last week. So you can go on to #word and submit your words. And later on, you can actually go and vote on the words for the show.
I mean, technically, you could go in and start voting.
You can start voting now.
Yeah,
yes, you can start voting now. Absolutely. And you can do that. Physio MVP. Wait, you guys are not AI? No, but you can go to patchandswitched.showbot.tv for the voting, as Wired Connect has put the link in chat. So we've talked about a little bit about from the trenches, things that we've been doing. The next segment of the show is beer money, which is the support we give our friends, our families, friends, sisters, uncles, cousins. We're in the midst of complete technology cleanup here, and I know you're doing something similar there. A beer money question: how do you handle devices with data that need to be recycled? You have a bunch of USB keys. Yeah. Ledwig, have a great day. Good to see you, sir.
So electronics recycling.
So do you wipe the device? Do you secure wipe them? What are you doing?
Depends on the service that I'm using, if they provide that service or not. Normally, I would go in and take out drives if it's a machine.
Yep.
And then I would just go and destroy them in some way, shape, or form because I'm pretty good at that. But
just naturally, just send it to you, and it just
my presence tends to kind of wipe things.
Fair, okay.
Right? I have a natural aura.
We should monetize that.
We could just have
Rick Destruction as a service.
just lay my hands on the devices as required. I could be a disaster recovery test, a walking disaster recovery test in your data center.
No, nobody wants to take that risk. You can't test in production.
So I I've been doing a cleanup. You can't really tell because it's a mess back there right now, but I'm trying to this stuff over here, if I can point in the right direction. This stuff is being moved out, which is the old shelf and the fermentation conical and that sort of stuff. That's being moved out. The new stuff is being set up slowly. Ta-da! The lights I just got last week, so I'm doing a bunch of that stuff. But For me, generally, I do go through and erase, but a lot of times also because they're Windows devices, they're BitLockered. Just nuke the key and the drive is encrypted. You're good, in my opinion. But again, I'm not a security guy.
Well, I mean, not every device. So I've got a bunch of hard drives from a bunch of old machines, and I'm thinking about shredding them.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because between what I got from my dad's house, which is a box of about 20, and what I have sitting in this crate just off camera over here to my left, there's probably easy 30 or 40, probably 40 or 50 hard drives.
We could do the American thing and like drive to a forested wooded area that's like a national forest and then shoot things if you wanted to.
I do believe the cost of ammunition is prohibitive.
It could be.
Titanium drill bits.
Titanium drill bits and a drill press could also work.
How many holes do you have to put in a drive to make it unusable?
Just one.
I'd say 2 or 3 in the platters.
Then what do you do with the drives after they've been drilled?
Oh, you can either have them. Our local office has a electronics drop, or the Staples Business Depot has a, which is
I'll remind you that
Staples in Canada. What is it called in the U.S.?
As I'll remind you that the recycling at Microsoft offices are for Microsoft assets, not for personal assets.
Not true.
No,
not true. Not true.
Wow.
Not true.
I mean, I could dump all these things inside the Microsoft recycling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
And it's secure. If anyone wants an 8 gig USB key, just let me know.
The business depot, they have you can bring like entire laptops and stuff. They just make you sign a thing saying that they're not responsible if there is any data, and they take whatever.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't want to bring a pile of 25 or 30 hard drives and just drop them off. I mean, I can see a little paper bag, plastic bag of some USB keys and such. That's fine. I just don't want to bring a whole stack of hard drives because I have a stack of machines of various Surface devices.
Yeah,
Gen 1, Gen Pre 1, because I have a Gen Pre before there was even a version 1 of the Surface.
This is my Surface graveyard right here.
Yeah.
The one that's up on the stand, that's the one that I nuked in London that didn't have a base anymore. That's a Surface.
You dumped a thing of water on it.
A thing of water on the Surface Book keyboard.
Yeah.
And they don't repair or sell just the keyboard. You have to buy a whole new one, as I found out.
Yeah.
And as my admin begrudgingly told me that I basically am screwed.
I'm due for a refresh.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. So
half my team, but that's a whole other story.
So electronics recycling, drive shredding, definitely a good option if you want to. I know that in Azure, in case you're interested, Azure data centers, if a device comes in that has the ability to hold any kind of data, it never leaves the building in one piece. It can only exit the building if it's been shredded on site.
That's cool.
Yeah, they actually have a room where they have multiple device shredders that you can use.
Too bad I can't get into one of our data centers.
No, I know. It's a whole long process, and they don't even allow us in data centers anymore.
They don't allow us anywhere near them. We can't even get into the parking lot.
Correct. Correct. So you're recycling stuff, you're getting rid of stuff, you're preparing because you are in a state of getting ready to relocate in the summer time frame if all things work well. That's good.
We will get our closing date next Monday.
Wow. Congratulations. That's really cool.
Yeah. So it's somewhere mid to end June, early July. That's the current plan of record. But yeah, so that's kind of a lot of the Beer Money support has been doing that relocating stuff, figuring out if it needs to be dealt with.
So I had tech support and Beer Money support while I was in Puerto Vallarta. Both.
Yeah, I saw you tweet about this.
Yeah, so the place that we were at was a hotel. It was a Bonvoy Marriott hotel or whatever it was, and They had obviously internet that you could get, so we got the internet, so we could still function and still stay connected with things. The internet was workable and okay, but for some reason, something was whacked with the networking stack that it was giving you a bad DNS entry, but you couldn't change a manual entry in your address to be able to use an alternate DNS without the entire stack basically becoming invalidated or whatever it was. And so you would go to a website and you know, give me www.microsoft.com. The first time you put it in, it sits there and spins and spins and spins and spins and spins, and then potentially times out. And then you hit it again, and then all of a sudden it works. And so picture that for every single freaking object that's on a website that you're trying to open, because every single object requires an HTTP GET request and more to be able to go off and bring it down. So they were all failing and then magically working if you refresh the page or did other things. It was infuriating to be able to get this to work for a lot of the time. And it was also inconsistent. So yeah, that was one thing. How did I didn't actually end up resolving it because, you know,
well, you can't reboot the DNS server, right?
I can't reboot the DNS server, and it's some whacked out old wireless access point managed service that the hotel was using more than likely. And it was a pain in the butt. So it was annoying as heck. But then also periodically, because my daughter was at the same hotel resort with the team that I was at, I would get text messages for tech support because I was close by inside the same facility, and she was having to do study hall and study work and stuff like that with her laptop. So she was asking me about troubleshooting and getting the password manager to work more efficiently, how to go off and to change the timings for different things that are working on her laptop and applications, stuff like that. So did some troubleshooting in beer money facilities inside of Puerto Vallarta while I was on vacation. So yeah, not bad.
It's so frustrating when you know what the problem is and how to resolve it and can't be resolved because So
someone on Twitter actually suggested, hey, Rick, just put on your hat, go down to the front desk and offer tech support, and then say, do you know who I am?
Just walk me into the room. It will reboot itself.
You got it.
Hey, did you see there was this really cool announcement recently with conditional access with Azure AD and privileged identity management? And they can be used together. And I wanted to bring this up specifically, and we don't really have a spot for the show, so I'll just do it now. This is really cool. If you wanted to, for example, say, I want to start requiring a FIDO security key to enable somebody to gain access to global admin roles, you can do that now.
Oh,
so when you want to elevate from normal user to global admin, in order to do that, you need to authenticate with a FIDO device. You can do that now with conditional access.
Huh. That's very
cool. Stinking cool.
Very cool.
Meryl Fernando has a thread on Twitter. If Pierre is listening and wants to go pull up the thread, it's super cool. It's basically you just use you have to create a new auth context. Azure AD folks. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up because it's new and it's one of those things that I've heard anytime we talk about PIM. Hey, how can we add another layer on top of it? There you go. There you go.
Very cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if we want to get into this next segment because we'll probably use the last part of the show and more. But do beer talk. I haven't had
any beer in a while. I
did.
In Mexico. I was drinking Modelo Especial or Modelo Negra were the two beer that I was drinking.
Oh,
I did not make it down to the one craft brewery that is inside of Puerto Vallarta. I didn't actually make it down there.
No. Over the Superb Owl weekend, which that was a couple weeks ago, when the Superb Owl was happening, I went to Bainbridge Island, and I went to Bainbridge Brewing. While I was there, I had sampled an amazing winter ale and it was actually a winter ale. It was not an IPA named a winter ale. It was actually an amazing, nice, little bit dark in color, really malty. Ended up getting a crowler to take back with me. What is that? That's 32 ounces.
32 ounce cans.
Do you use ounces, or do we have to like translate that to?
I use ounces for liquids. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I just didn't know if I need to. Wow, producer's getting snarky with the lower thirds there. And then the other thing I had is they have a citrus IPA that was really, really good, and I have one can of that left in the fridge for a special occasion. That's it.
Nice.
That's all the beer talk I have for you.
Nice. I have none except for.
So should we talk about beer money?
Beer money.
Random. We did beer money. We got to talk about random spending.
Random spending. There we go.
Random spending. Oh my! What are we? Okay, I know a lot of people last week were random spending on Stream Decks.
Yes, because they were all on sale.
They were on sale, and with the new Teams plugin, which is
it back out yet?
I don't know. It was pulled and then it was put back out and then it was pulled again. I don't know if it's out. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's still pending. There's a lot of people who bought Stream Decks. I've seen a lot of posts on the Twitters of going, what is the other use cases? And I saw a cool one yesterday that I hadn't done, which is somebody clicking it, using it to move a window. I think it was a browser window from one monitor to the other. Pierre's got like his 19.
Pierre's showing off his Stream Decks that he has multiples
because he bought another one. So that was a cool use case. I've got several buttons so I control all the lighting through my Stream Deck. I also control audio from this microphone. Also, I control the Go XLR, which is on another computer. I have one button that can immediately put me into voice chat in the Bad Gamers Discord.
Oh, nice
for playing games. I have a speed test button.
I feel completely inadequate because my Stream Deck has 3 buttons. One button is my lights on and off. And 2 buttons are basically up and down for the lights. And that's it. Like that's all I have on my Stream Deck right now.
And then on another page, I actually have buttons with the time zone. One for Nairobi, one for Melbourne. So I know what time it is for
what about Cincinnati?
For my folks. I can do that math in my head. I know what it is. Don't need to have something different there. So
nice.
So some have random spent there. I did some random spending on video games.
Oh, nice.
So the last couple of weeks I have been playing the Hogwarts Legacy game, mostly because my brother is one of the main people who worked on the game.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
It's gorgeous. It looks amazing on even just my little Xbox S. I don't have the big beefy one yet. Obviously new season of Diablo coming up, so we've got that, and also Diablo 4. So I have not yet pulled the trigger on that pre-order, but I will be doing that. And then I've now gone down a rabbit hole researching super automatic espresso machines.
Super automatic.
So
I don't understand what that means.
So they're essentially, they can produce so they grind and automatically, create the puck and then extract the coffee and deliver it. And some of them even add and froth and do the milk stuff with it. So it's kind of like
at the hotels that I was at. You press the button and you get your thing.
Yes. So there are several. So Pierre's put in DeLonghi Dynamica Plus, right? So these are right around $1,000 plus USD machines.
It's like your coffee.
So I use an espresso.
Yeah.
The pods are now getting to the point where they're $1.40 now each.
Yeah.
And when you get a bag, so I did the math where you get a bag and you grind your own and everything. It turns out to be about 42 cents a cup.
Yeah.
So you're saving $1 per. I do 2 a day. Multiply that out. It pays for itself in less than a year.
Wow.
I can attest to that because we've done the math and we went from Keurig to that machine. And it all depends on the beans that you buy. You can buy like those craft and roasted kind of blah 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 that are more expensive, or you can buy the McDonald's McCafe bag for like $6 for
I want to get the beans that are eaten by the cats and then pooped out the back end and then used.
No,
not a cat, it's bats. First of all,
No, it's not bats, it's cats.
I thought it was bats.
No, it's cats. You put the C as opposed to the B in front.
I'm gonna now I have to find it.
So I've gone down that rat hole. That's going to be a big random spend.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
But you know, I was looking at a very similar model to what you were using. And then I started thinking about what kind of mental state am I in when I wake up in the morning before coffee, and can I go through the process of taking it, tamping it, putting it in, making sure it's in correctly so that water doesn't go. Yeah, I can. Yeah. I already see tragedy in my
large
future.
Possibility of error.
Yeah. So I was just I've gone down this, and apparently nobody in chat has
has had that same
experience and looking at them, but some of them some go for $3,000, $4,000.
Oh, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. I've been resisting going down that path. Maybe I'll wait for a birthday or something like that and see if it comes out, but we'll see.
And you know another rabbit hole you can go down that can get very expensive: toaster ovens.
I'm just an air fryer guy.
So they now have air fryer toaster ovens.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like the air fryer that I have is basically a toaster oven air fryer type style.
They've got some that can do a turkey.
No, that's a bit large. I mean, I can supposedly do a chicken, but I can't find a chicken small enough to fit inside of it. All the chickens are like steroid extra large chickens that just don't fit.
You know what you could do? You go to the freezer section and you can get one of those. What are the little ones? The Cornish game hen.
So I can basically eat like chicken wings and that's it.
I mean, isn't that what an air fryer is best for?
Yeah, true. Very true. I'll give you that.
I've been doing these little mini pizzas I get from Costco.
Yep.
I've been putting those in the air fryer. That's pretty good too.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. I've been random spending on stuff for my scenery in the back. A large number of different types of pieces.
So did you deliberately buy a high-end motherboard just to have his scenery behind you? Or did somebody give you that box?
That was me. I want to move my home PC, my gaming PC, into the background, and I need to figure out how to move it into the background and still make it function if I'm up here. And then doing research, one of the best ways of doing that is with a Thunderbolt dock, and then Thunderbolt 3 dock or Thunderbolt 4 dock. And so Linus Tech Tips does that with his systems because you can run a very long cable. He actually had talked about a cable that I ended up buying that takes the electronic and then converts it to optics and light and then sends it across the cable and then converts it back to electronic signal again. And that cable can get up to 50 feet long if you wanted to.
How far of a run do you have?
I have 18 feet.
Okay.
From here to back there. So it's definitely too long for latency wise, how to get a copper and electrical signal from A to B.
Yep.
So I'm like, great. I'll just put a Thunderbolt. I'll put a Thunderbolt card inside my board. It's a board inside my machine. And then I didn't realize that, the motherboard has to support the Thunderbolt, not just having a card put in.
So you don't have a Thunderbolt for header.
I don't have a Thunderbolt header on my board.
Well, you don't have a Thunderbolt at all. Forget 4. You don't have one at all
on my existing box.
Okay.
So the second box, which is right there, that's the Thunderbolt card that I bought. That's when I realized that the motherboard that I have doesn't support it. So I need to go off and figure something else out. And then doing the research, and RTFM, thank you very much, Pierre, for helping me out. This board actually has a Thunderbolt header, and it is the right board to support the processor that I have on my box. So just to be able to move my machine to the back and be able to have it 50 feet away from me if I wanted to, I need to swap my board out and then install the Thunderbolt card and then use my Thunderbolt dock to be able to get it all to work.
So when is this swap happening, and is it going to happen before we start playing Diablo tonight at 5 p.m.?
It will not happen this Friday. It might happen over the weekend. It's just because I just haven't done it yet. So In addition
More
to all of
importantly,
that,
are we streaming it?
we could stream it if you wanted to. In addition to that, you've seen the lights that I'm playing around with. Those are El Cheapo Govee lights that I bought to be able to go off and do stuff. The shelving unit that you see is also me finally dealing with all the storage crap that I have to deal with. And so I bought a real shelving unit and putting stuff away as opposed to leaving it in boxes inside of my office, tucked away behind the monitors. So yeah, buying the shelving units and then getting the devices up there. My old Xbox is there too, as you can see. My Oculus up in the corner. The white shelving area over here, that's being moved out to be replaced. So that's all going to be good, and all just so that I can have a better organized office. That's all. But yeah, so the ability to simply move a PC and relocate it turned into a $300 purchase of a cable and a $400 docking station.
Sorry, the cable is $300.
Do you want to see the cable?
No,
I can show you the $300.
I don't want you
cable.
to break the fiber optics.
No, so that's the cool thing. If you look at Linus Tech Tips, he actually has a 50-foot cable, and he's got it plugged into his machine and plugged into an external like Thunderbolt hard drive like this.
Yeah,
and he copies like a terabyte worth of files from here to there, and then he's got the cable connected. You see it going, and he's tying knots in the cable and tightening it and pulling stuff and doing stuff. Not a single blip in the transfer. So this is the level of quality this cable has, which is incredible because it can withstand me.
There you go.
So that's well worth.
That's endorsement right there. Well worth the $300 because
well worth the $300.
It can withstand Rick. It's not Rick proof.
So for this, it's been $300 for the cable, $400 for the dock, $180 for the motherboard, $150 for the. I've already lost track of how much cash this is. and then the Thunderbolt adapter too. Yeah, it's turned into a little expensive project.
Little random spending.
Little tiny random spending.
Hey, chat, go to patchandswitch.showbot.tv or use the link that Stream Elements has just popped up just a little bit ago, and vote on 3 work-safe words that we can use for the title of next week's program. As we're coming to the not next week, in a fortnight, the next program. Am I here?
That's the 10th of February.
Yes, I'm here. That's just before our districts. So yes, I am here. I am nice. Here. So the week that I will be skipping is not a show week. So we've timed that perfect. So,
even better.
10th, even yes. Better. Not here. Oh, wait, no, sorry. On the 24th, I will not be here either because I will be at State in Yakima.
Nice.
But I'll be here for the next show.
Has the orchestra practiced with this new setup that we can actually do the song?
It doesn't matter. It's all good.
With the video?
No, not really.
Okay.
We're winging it.
Okay, fair enough. We're winging
I'll just let you know there is the song. This is audio that you can bring in. You don't have to bring in the video to be able to play the song if you don't want to.
So, are you going to play Diablo with me tonight?
Absolutely, man. And if you want, we can even stream it and have some fun. Oh, wait. Well, yeah, no, we can do that earlier, right? You want to do it right at 5 o'clock or something?
So do I? Okay. Number one, if you are truly serious about playing, you have to watch a couple of videos so that you at least can understand the process of leveling up.
Don't I just like clicky, pointy, clicky?
It is clicky, pointy thing, but there's a thing you've got to do. Or I can do it and then I can just level you up after. But like, you know what? This will be fun. Joey teaches Rick how to Diablo. Because I won't get frustrated and rage quit.
Okay.
That'll never happen.
Nice.
Okay. Potentially we'll stream it. Okay.
Are we
going to stream it on Twitch or YouTube or
whatever you want to do, man?
All right.
We'll do it as Patch and Switch though.
Do you have the capability to stream? Because I currently don't have OBS set up or any of that stuff.
I can figure that out.
Okay. So as long as you can bring me into Discord,
we got it.
And we can watch your screen.
We can do it. We can try.
This will be fun. Hey, and if anybody else wants to join us in Diablo Madness, yeah, I may try.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned to the Twitter.
We may need to do it solo.
Switch.
We may need to level up each individually solo. At least I need to get to 18 solo. I may do that. Okay. Anyway, so stay tuned to the Patch and Switch Twitter, and anybody else who wants to join, we can group up later. And then I will not be playing it all on Saturday because of prior engagement with dance competition. But Sunday, once we hit level 70, that's when I'm going to start doing all the fun stuff. So maybe we can play on Sunday as well.
Nice. Well, I do have a DMZ Warzone 2 assignment happening this evening later.
Oh, okay. So maybe you need to do that instead. That's fine. We've got work safe words. So Thunder Rick is leading.
Nice.
Mexican Minute, Wired GPT, Remix, Raz, No Contact Fader, Patch, MVP GPT, Thunder CDN. What happened? I thought I saw Patch Push GPT, but maybe I didn't. We're gonna go with
let's get Fair Britain there. You can't have two from Wired Canuck.
Yeah, no, we can't.
You need to have the word remix in there.
Yeah, let's go Remix, Thunder Rick, Fader. Should we do that? Remix, Thunder Rick, Fader. That's what it's gonna be. Remix, Thunder Rick, Fader. So that
right on.
The next one. That's it. We've come to the end of another Patch and Switch program. Thanks to everybody participating in the chat room, including Jan. TE Cable Guys is on a boat. Joe's Chuck Karakowski, Ferris and Britt, of course, good to see you. Let's see. Alice Dre has said hello. K. McFerrinkowski, Ledwig, who's gone, Shadiest Stupenda's Vizio MVP. Everybody else. We're back in 2 weeks' time. Until then, have a weekend, everybody.